Good morning, Steph.
Hello, Hannah.
Welcome back to another episode of Bariatric Banter Podcast.
And
Yeah,
it's for us, it's Friday.
Friday. This is our, oh no, I was going to say this is our last episode of November, but I don't think it is. Is it?
No, I think we have one more. No,
One,
we
no?
have one more.
I don't know. See, I'm losing all track of time.
I know.
No,
I
we
don't
don't.
know.
No, this
Okay,
is our last episode of
look at
November.
that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
My God. What?
Okay,
Okay, yeah, because we'll come back to you guys December 1st with our next episode.
that's crazy.
This is what is happening with
I
time.
am not I am not ready for, Christmas.
No, I am, okay, listen. I am one of those people that will not decorate before Remembrance Day because
Neither will Devin, oh my gosh.
they deserve to have
Yeah, he
that,
yells.
they do, they
Yeah,
deserve and I also just need a break from decorating for Halloween and just getting a little bit of, fall because
yeah,
October's all Halloween, and I kind of want, a little bit of late fall. So,
fair,
I
fair.
wait, and then usually I start to see pictures of people decorating.
Mhm.
Facebook does a great job of telling me, "Hey, every year you've decorated around this time."
Get
This year,
going.
I'm not decorating this weekend. I'm gonna
Okay.
wait
Okay.
till the last week of November. I know, controversial, weird, I get it.
No, that's okay. There's a lot of people that wait until December 1st, like, they finish November. Devin's a very big, no Christmas until after Thanksgiving also.
Yeah.
But then the other day, I think it was, the 8th or something. It was just slightly before Thanksgiving, and I was out with the girls, we were doing some shopping, and we went to the dollar store, and they saw the Christmas decorations, so I let them each pick out, one little thing to put on top of the piano.
Mhm.
And, so I put them out. Devin was at work. I put them out, and he comes home, and I was just waiting, and he didn't notice at first, and he didn't notice, and then all of a sudden, he walks past the piano, and he just stops, and he looks at me, and he goes, "What is this?" And I said, "Well, we went to the dollar store, and the girls had fun picking something out." And he goes, "First of all, it is not Remembrance Day. Second of all, we have so much Christmas shit already out in the garage." And I was like, "I know, but it's snowy, you know?" And he let me keep them up, but nothing else is allowed out until
Wow,
after Remembrance Day.
okay,
And I
okay.
put I put a Christmas song on the other day because it started snowing here.
Yeah.
He made me turn it off.
Oh, okay, see, I can't do
Yeah.
Christmas music before December 1st because
Oh, I can.
we have, 50 Christmas songs that just get played on repeat for the whole month of December, so I
Yes.
get real tired of, "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas" by, December 3rd.
It's
So,
fair.
I
That's
can't
fair.
do that till December 1st, but okay, so hilariously, I'm at HomeSense last night because basically I'm, self-funding that entire company with how much I'm
Yeah.
buying, and they had the weirdest music and all the Christmas decorations are out,
Yeah.
and I walk in with a friend and I go, "I'm sorry, is this like a techno rave music right
Oh,
now?"
see, I can't handle that Christmas music.
But it wasn't Christmas, it was,
Oh,
European techno rave, and I'm just standing there going, "What?
it's
What the
they
hell?"
don't know what to play right now. They don't know if
No!
they shouldn't be playing
S
Christmas music, but they don't know what else to play, and it's like that weird middle moment.
so bizarre, and so we keep walking, and then every other person that walked into the store, you could see it on their face, they just kinda went, "What
What is this?
what is playing right now?" It was so
See,
funny.
I like Christmas music at home because now, because I can control it. I
Yeah,
don't like Christmas music yet in the stores because shopping Christmas music and, at home Christmas music, I find to be very different. The
very, very
shopping
different. Yes.
shopping Christmas music is always the same standard crappy songs, and it's always on repeat in every store. I swear, every store has the same Christmas CD that they loop for the whole month of December and part of
Yes, they
November.
do.
So I don't
Yes.
mind Christmas music at home or in the car. When I drove with the girls the other day, I put it on, and Leah, my youngest, called me out 'cause she's like, "Mom, it's not Remembrance Day. Dad says no Christmas." And I said, "Well, you know what? Dad's not in the car." So so I put it on. But
I love it.
at home, Devin's like, "No Christmas stuff till December 1st."
I
But
get that though.
I've been starting to sneak it in.
I will say some little things have made their way out, and then,
Yeah.
I excited that the Christmas menus are coming back? Yes. I
Yes.
think I'm kind of excited to see those things
Yeah.
back at stores. So,
Yep.
Starbucks is a great example. It's got its
Yep.
Christmas menu out, and I think I said to you this morning, "Oh, gingerbread syrup's back." So,
Mm.
I'm finding a way to work that into my diet because
Right?
I
Yep.
love the gingerbread syrup. Like, I am
Mhm.
just such a big fan of that.
Yeah.
So, I'm working that into I think it's between 8 and 9 grams of sugar, which I know, like, that is a substantial amount, but I'm not
You
gonna
can
have
work that in though.
yeah, you just kinda build around it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that's there, and then and this is a treat, and this kinda goes into what I wanna talk about this week for me, but they have their turkey sage Danish, and if you haven't had it
Oh, I haven't
uh,
even seen this.
okay, so this is like and I apologize for telling everyone about this who's very early in their bariatric journey or who
Earmuffs.
struggles with fast food stuff, but, like, the turkey sage Danish
Yeah.
at Starbucks is just chef's kiss,
I
life
didn't even know this was a thing.
oh, this is a thing I think they started last year. So it's like looks like have you seen
It's
the
like a
ham
pastry.
and danishes or the spinach and feta danishes? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
filled with turkey sausage, which I was like,
Oh gosh.
"Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you." And
Yeah.
then a bechamel sauce, not much, like, it's really lacking on the so
Yeah.
it's a good thing. And then sage, like, a lot of
'Kay.
fresh sage flavor.
Hmm.
And it's 270 calories, so I do know, like, this is a treat, but
Yeah.
it's grams of sugar and only 13 grams of fat. And I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, this is not that bad."
Horrendous. No, you can make that work.
And it has 8 grams of protein. Would I love the protein to be higher? Sure,
Of
but it is
course.
also a small pastry.
Right.
I just love that they're doing turkey sausage. I'm so
Yeah.
happy that this is turkey sausage. Now it's a treat.
Right.
Super like, but
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're going on a road trip, you're running late, you're look like this is one of the
Yeah.
lower calorie things you can get outside of the egg white and spinach wrap, which I
Ugh.
know, but I'm so tired of the
You
egg
can only have that so
the
much.
feta is so salty, and I've had it for
Yeah.
yes, there's a Starbucks in my plaza. Yes, I tend to go to it if I'm
Yeah.
driving places or I'm heading into the office.
Yeah.
This is cute Christmassy
One
treat
off.
I
Yeah.
like having.
You gotta, like, work things in it. We kinda talked about this the other day when we were going down the whole, like, discussion about this on Instagram, not on that podcast. Um, and you and I were talking about, like, always doing swap outs and always finding alternatives, and sometimes you just gotta say, "Screw it," and eat the real thing. And are we sometimes doing more damage to ourselves and our pocketbooks, because those things are always more expensive? Are
Mhm.
we sometimes damaging ourselves and doing more damage to ourselves by stressing out about trying to find swap outs, trying to find alternatives, trying to find, "Oh, I can't have that. I can't have this. I can't do that." To sometimes just do it and
Do it.
be mindful, work it into your day, but like I said, I don't want the to live in a diet mentality anymore. I don't want to have that mindset all the time that I am on a lifelong diet and I'm dieting. And I'm noticing my kids are always like, "Oh, you can't have that because of your diet." And I don't want to live like that. I want to have a lifestyle, and I just want better choices to be part of my lifestyle and it to be the
Exactly.
norm. And I find when we get too caught up on I can't have that, I can't have that, I can't have that, we start going down that diet mindset again. And so for me, like you said, it's a treat. It's not something you're having all the time. The other
Correct.
day I went out with my kids and I knew I had a lot of calories and stuff left. I just hadn't been really hungry for the earlier part of that day. And we went to Tim Hortons. I had promised them a treat. We had gone grocery shopping. We went to the dollar store. We were having like little girls' day. Did I have a Boston cream donut? You bet
Oh,
your ass I did. But you
I
know what? Yeah. Did I track it? Yes.
yeah.
Did I add it into my day? Yep. And did it impact the scale the next day? Nope.
Nope.
Am I going to have one every day of the week? No.
No.
But you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm having my donut.
Yeah. When I had pneumonia, I lived on sour cream glazed donuts. Now, okay, I'll put the caveat out there. I was told I had to eat high calorie, high fat food. I
Yes.
was so I was like I had lost a
Gaunt.
disturbing amount yeah, I was very, very ill. I had lost a
Yeah.
disturbing amount of weight, and I couldn't eat anything, so they were like, "Please eat high fat,
Eat
high
a donut.
calorie stuff," and I was like, "I could go for a sour cream glazed donut," and I think they thought that was like, "Oh my god, she's hungry," and I was like,
Yeah.
"I
No,
could
it's
eat
a donut.
I could eat a sour cream glazed donut."
Yeah.
Um, and it took me all day to eat that damn donut, but it was great. But yeah, it's fitting it in where it works. And this brings up like two conversations. The one that we'll get to is like we tested a recipe and this is, we want to tell you our thoughts on that recipe and why we think like just eat the damn pizza. But then the other big thing for me, because we had talked about this, was I feel like I'm getting into really slippery slope territory and you're
Yeah.
gonna have good seasons and you're gonna have bad seasons, and I think
Yep.
I've mentioned seasons on the podcast before where some months are going to be good for you, and some
Yep.
years are going to be good for you and some years just aren't. And this feels like a year where I'm worried that I'm already not making the best choices, that I really am craving sugar, that I want to be eating sugar, that I want to be out here eating stuff. And I said to Steph, like, oh, this isn't great because I really was at the grocery store, Shoppers Drug Mart, getting cold meds, and they had fudge for $3.99 in a box. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a box.
Ooh,
Like, who cares? Like, I'm gonna have some of that, it'd be great." And I stopped myself and went, "What are you doing? You
yeah.
don't need a
You
box of
need
fudge.
fudge.
In what world do you think that this is a good life choice?" And I wasn't trying to be too hard on myself, but I was like, "No, what are you doing? Like, what
Yeah.
are you actually doing right now? You
Yep.
don't need to buy this. Why do you think you need this?" And so I started to reflect a little and I was like, "Oh no. I I am making really bad choices lately. I have friends over. Well, let's order. Let's just order some food. You must be
Yep.
hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry. Let's order. We can order out."
Yeah, I could do that.
And
Yeah.
one of them made a comment like, "Oh, it must be so nice to be you because you can eat anything you want because you can't eat a lot of it." And I was like, "Yeah." And it was almost as if it was like, oh, it was
Like,
like that old
like
Hannah was waiting, like peering in the windows, like
yeah.
she's gonna do it. And I said it, and it was old Hannah kicking in the door like the Kool-Aid man being like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, here we go."
Here we go.
Immediately
Just
was
it was like the confirmation that you were
yes,
waiting for to be like, "Yes, I can."
yes, I can eat whatever I
Yeah.
want. This is great. And it kicked off like a yeah, who cares? So I'll be very raw and honest on the podcast.
Yep.
It hasn't been a great couple of weeks. Like, I've
Yep.
had burgers, like, I had A&W, and then I'm not even kidding, by the end of that week, we went to Harvey's, and, I ordered the kids' meal, so at least I
Yeah.
feel a little bit better about that, but I had A&W, I had Harvey's, I have been trying to make my own stuff, but I've been really slacking at it. I have found myself keeping more snacks in the house, like,
Yeah.
I had Party Mix in the house for some reason. I was like, "Well, it's on sale, and I really like Humpty Dumpty Party Mix, and it's mainly pretzels anyway." So I bought that, and I was like, "Wow, you single-handedly will eat this whole bag of Party Mix because you live by yourself." And
Yeah.
it was kinda hard this week when I woke
Yeah.
up from this and went, "What are
Wait a
you
sec.
like, what are you doing? Is
Yeah.
this gonna is all of this gonna culminate in me gaining 100 pounds this week? No,
No.
I don't get off of this path. Like, what is happening?" And I was
Yeah.
justifying it by going, "Well, I'm running again. I'm running 3 days a week again, and I go to the gym on Sundays as well." And, well, I during October, the move was so stressful that I wasn't really eating much anyway, and I can only have kids' meal sizes. It's not that
Mhm.
bad. And I was kind of disgusted in myself, not in like a "you're a disgusting person" type of way, but like a "why are you making these excuses? You worked so
Yeah.
hard to
To
not
get
convince
where you are.
yourself,
Yep.
but to like train yourself that you don't need high sugar, you don't need high fat, you don't need these quick solutions.
Yeah.
Like what's going on? Like, why are you doing this?" And it was really scary how easy it was to fall back into
Yeah.
justifying bad habits, that
Mhm.
takeout's not that bad, that I'm too tired to make my own
Yeah.
food.
And it's just a little bit. It's just a little
It's just
bit.
a bit. It's just a
Yeah.
bit.
But it's the add
Um,
up of those things. Like you said, like doing it here and there is fine. Like you get your chicken nuggets on the weekend, that's cool. You do your hamburger here, that's cool. But it's when it becomes one after another, after another, after another.
yep.
Yeah.
And
Then it
so
creeps up.
and that's when I had to stop myself and go, "Oh," and some of the bad habits were, "Oh, I'm going to Starbucks for my" I usually get a tea in the morning because 'cause I'm
Yep.
trying to not have as much caffeine. So I usually go and get the chamomile mint tea. If you know,
Yep.
you know. It's like
So
the
good.
best. So I usually go get my tea, and I
Yep.
found myself, and this was a bad habit from before, "Oh, well, I can't just get a tea. Like, I can't
Right? While
just
I'm here,
go for a tea, so I'm
yeah.
gonna get the cake pop, or I'm gonna" like, and that the sugar, I let
Mhm.
sugar back into my life, and I regret it so much because kicking sugar was one of the best things I ever did for myself. The energy levels were great,
Mhm.
my mental health was great, my physical health was great, my skin looked amazing, and I do know I was very rigid with it, and I do know pneumonia really changed my eating habits, and the road trip to Nova Scotia as well. Like, that's when I
Yep.
really noticed I was eating a lot more sugar, and I if there's one thing I'm gonna fix, it's the sugar.
The sugar.
I'm
Yeah.
really mad I let the sugar back in because I'll go through the Starbucks drive-through and go, "Well, I'm gonna get a cake pop too. Like, I should get a
Yeah.
cake pop. I can't
Yep.
just get tea." Or it's okay to have
Yeah.
the turkey sage Danish every single morning, Hannah. Like, it's only X amount of calories. Just do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it really scared me how easy it was for me to justify that I was tired, that
Totally.
I was sick, oh, I'm getting
Yep.
the flu.
I'm
So
in a rush. I don't have time. Yeah.
that was a funny one. Oh, I think I have the flu. So
I should go get takeout.
you eat whatever you
Yeah.
want. You don't feel good. And it's like, what in the actual fuck, Hannah, is
Mhm.
right
You
now?
just
Okay.
your mind is just looking for anything to somewhat justify
Yeah.
the choice that you're making.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it
So,
makes sense or not, if you can somehow tie it in your brain to justifying it, you will jump on that for
yep.
sure. Yeah.
Now, have I gained weight? No. However, that's not a brag. That's not me being like, well, I got to fall off.
Look what I did.
Consequences. There
Yeah.
are consequences. My potential arthritis is way worse. Like,
Yep.
I'm a lot of joint pains. I do feel very run down. I do feel like I have the flu, like I have like there are other symptoms than just weight gain that come back from falling off the wagon and from ingesting way too much sugar and
Yep.
shit in your diet, right?
Right.
So, and then it becomes harder to get back on track.
Yes.
Your body is now like, "Nah, I
I
don't want
want it.
that." Like, it's
Yeah.
like a
I
child.
want the
I don't
crap.
want the broccoli, but I
Right?
don't want the vegetables. So now I'm dealing with, like, fighting my own, like, internal thoughts about, "No, you don't want that. You no,
Yeah.
like, oh, you need." So it's not great, and also just because I didn't gain weight now doesn't mean it wasn't gearing up to be that. Like, it doesn't mean that, like, our bodies they gain weight in different ways and different things happen. So,
Yep.
yeah, it's not great that this happened, and yeah, it makes me really mad because
Yeah.
almost like it was out of your control to an extent. It's like falling off the wagon,
Yeah.
and I was
Getting
so
back on is hard.
yeah, because I was like,
Yeah.
"You did all this work, and you were like," and it's gonna take time to get back there because now my body's like, "No, I don't want to do that."
Right.
And it's, "Okay, well, tough
You
shit."
made me do it before, and now you're giving me the good stuff back.
Yeah.
Don't make me go back there. Don't make me do it.
No, don't make me
Yeah.
do it, right? Like,
Yep.
shit. So, yeah, it's not spectacular, but
No,
I'm
it's
being honest and open with people. It happens, and it
mhm.
always I know that you'll see a lot of stories being like, "Oh, well, it happened, because there was high stress in my life or someone passed
Yeah.
away or I lost my job." Like, yes, those things are
Yeah.
absolutely triggering, but it can
Definitely
also just
impact.
happen. Like,
Right.
I
It can
moved.
also
That was my stress.
be it can just be the cravings coming back, and it can
Yes.
just be the old habits coming back. There
Mhm.
are 100% life
Oh, yes.
triggers make
Oh,
a
yeah.
big difference for sure, but it's just part of the whole journey of dealing with the
Agree.
cravings, dealing with the why, dealing with the food addictions.
Mhm.
For me, like, yeah, stress is a big thing, but for me, I know I've always been a boredom eater, always. And
Yep.
so I got really good at distracting myself with, okay, go for a walk, do a workout, do something else. But then you drop the ball on the workouts, you get tired, you're super swamped at work, you're super swamped at life, and that stuff starts to fall off. And
Yes.
then the boredom starts to creep in. And then the snacks start to creep in. So it doesn't have it can be like you said exactly that. You'll see people that, went through those challenging times and went through those hard things in their life and are having something go wrong,
Oh,
but it
yeah.
can also just be something that happens and just
Yes.
part of the normal process. And it's being
Yes.
able to identify it early on, being able to admit it, like you're
Huh.
putting yourself out there and saying, this is the reality of it. But that's the thing, right? Being able to own it, being able to be accountable, and then saying, I'm going to do something about it versus sitting there being like, oh, it's fine. It'll go away.
Yeah.
It's just temporary
Let it
because it's not.
go. And
Yeah.
I know I had talked about Ozempic, but my doctor and I, we have not started it yet just because I did manage to lose weight on my own. I lost the gain on my own and I got back into running. So the big thing for us was it was for blood sugar regulation, which, worked itself out. So it's still in the fridge. It's still there.
Yep.
And I don't know if I would consider this food noise, necessarily. So, yes, if this got bad and I can't get on top of this, I would go to him and say, "Listen, I am eating shit again and I don't know
Yeah.
why and this is getting." But it was less like food noise and more convenience, laziness, Yeah, like, food noise for me is, like, eat, keep eating. You're full, eat more.
Yes.
Like, eat, eat, eat,
You
like,
can you can fit more. You can fit more.
you can have more, have more, have more. Um, and that wasn't the case because, like, I was buying this food and I wasn't even eating majority of it, and I was like, "You're just buying this for fucking routine." Like, you're
Right.
literally
It's just a
buying
habit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that you don't need.
You don't
Uh,
even really necessarily sometimes want it, and you know you're fine without it, but it's just the
Correct.
habit of having it in the house or on hand. I do that too when I go grocery shopping. If I have the girls with me and I'm distracted or I'm in a rush and I'm
Yeah,
not being cognizant about what I'm doing, I'll grab things, and it's
yes.
just that habit of always previously having that in the house.
Ding,
And
ding,
then I get home and I put groceries away and I'm like, "Did I buy this? Like,
yeah.
did I actually grab that?"
Okay, and that
But
happens
I
to me.
don't miss it if it's yeah, but when it's not there, I don't miss it, but then
No.
it's there, and then it's like, "Well, shit, now I feel like I have to eat it because it's there."
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
bought it and, it can't
right.
go to waste.
Don't
So
wanna waste it. Yeah.
doing my best to I am gonna be a creature of habit. I like quick things. I like quick, easy things. So I'm just trying to reimagine what that looks like in a healthy environment. So one thing that's really great is Longies, my favorite little grocery store. They now make fresh rolls. And so I've been keeping those in the fridge because it's
Nice.
the rice
Yep,
paper wrap. So low carb and it's filled with a ton of fresh vegetables, avocado,
yep.
and then a little peanut dipping sauce. And the peanut dipping sauce is like a teaspoon. It's in one of these tiny little itty bitty cups. So I don't even feel bad about it. And you get 3 in a pack.
Okay.
And keeping that in the so like is it time for dinner, but you didn't eat and now you're kind of hungry, but dinner's gonna be an hour? Like
Yep.
of one of these little rolls. I'm getting mini mozzarella. Trader Joe's sells it for our American listeners, but so does Longo's. It's a little pack of 3 mozzarella balls and they're all individually
Okay.
packaged. I keep that in the fridge because, like, that
That's a good
is
idea.
low milk fat, really good, quite filling. Pop it in and away you go. So I'm trying
Yeah.
to just remind myself that there's quick grab and go things that are not
There's
going to be, like that are there.
yeah. There are good options out there.
There are.
There
It
are
is
good options out
hard
there.
though. I get it. And so you're gonna and the other thing I think you all need to know is, like, you're gonna fall off. You're going to.
It's gonna happen. Yeah,
You're going
and I
to
think the big thing is and you see this with a lot of really good, fitness and health influencers out there, and it's something that I used to be really bad at, is not beating yourself up when it happens, and
Mhm.
it's realizing that it's one thing or it's one day or it's 1 week, whatever it may be, but it's not gonna ruin
No.
everything, and
No.
you can get back on track, and just
Yes.
like my friend Denise, who's gonna listen to this, always says, "Bless and release.
Yep.
Move
Love
on. It is what it is, right? It is
She's
what it is.
so
Bless and
positive.
release. Move on.
Move on.
Just it is what like, you can't change that it happened." So, the whole wallowing about it, not
Yeah.
gonna help. The whole mentality of, "Well, I already screwed it up, I might as well keep going."
So
No.
this is the big thing, like, for your own mental health and journey, you have to learn to let yourself go. Like, you have to
Yeah.
say, "It is fine, Hannah. You're not a failure," because, like, it's very easy to fall into this trap of, "You fat fucking failure." Like, what is the matter with you? You're gonna get fat again. You are getting fat again. Like, if I
Yep.
were to gain weight after doing this, it would absolutely be like, "Wow, good for you. Like, now you're like, look at you just getting fat again." Like,
Yeah.
I
Way to
have
screw it up.
I have a horrible negative critic because I had such low
Mhm.
while being overweight. And
Oh
I work
gosh, yeah.
on it in therapy because I love my therapist. But
Yeah.
this is why we keep thought records because she'll tell me like, well, why? Why'd you go to the drive-through? Or why did you
Yeah.
say and I'll write it down because in the light of day when I read it again, I go, oh fuck you. Like what the no, that like
Right?
the thought down that like, well, I'm gonna get fat again and I've ruined everything I've done with
Yeah.
surgery and I'll just be fat forever. And then we'll read it together and I'll be like, well, that's absolutely not true.
Right.
In that moment, that critic is
It
so loud that you're like, fine, then I'll
yeah.
just routine and I'll just who cares? And
It's 100% the truth in that moment.
yes, in that moment,
Yeah.
you believe that. Thoughts are not
Yep.
actions. Thoughts are not truth. Your brain, your former fat self, your anxiety, whatever it is you have, really wants you to
Yeah.
believe it's true. It's not. And at
No.
some pounds, and like whether it's 5 or 50, you absolutely can lose that because you did do it. Surgery
Yeah,
was a tool. Surgery in no
yeah,
way is the only reason that you lost weight. So please remember it's that you finally started walking for the first time. You
yeah.
started counting calories for the first time in a
You
healthy way.
right,
You
you
ate
paid attention to what protein is.
you
You
started
cut down on your sugar.
didn't put
Yeah,
butter in things.
you're mindful about everything.
Yes, and
Yeah,
remember, you can do that again. You
yeah,
absolutely can. So just be kind to yourself, and
yeah.
also, if you have to go to your doctor and be like, "Oh, I'm
I
you
need
know,
help.
I gained 50, I've managed to get 20 off, but, like, boy, this is tough." Okay, talk about some GLP-1s or maybe going into, a weight loss clinic, maybe going back to the bariatric clinic and doing their medical versus their surgical program, like, there are you can do this. I felt like shit,
Yeah,
and I'm glad I was able to talk about it because I definitely had that dark rain cloud telling me, like, "You've ruined everything you've done, and you're gonna
yeah,
gain all this weight back," and, like, boy, you spiral quick, and a large part
yeah,
of
you
that
do.
happened was the shitty food I was putting in my body.
Right. It
I'm
also affects your hormones, it affects your mental health. When you eat like shit, you feel like shit.
Yes, and I'm not
And
one of
yeah.
those pseudoscience,
No,
drink
but it impacts your body and your hormones, and then you feel like crap, then you crash, then you feel shitty, then you
yes,
start to wallow, then you're like, "Oh my god." Like, no.
yep.
When you eat healthy food, you feel good. It fuels your body with positive things. Yeah, like, I'm not a hippy dippy, whatever you wanna call it, but
No,
it's
and
true.
no offense if
You
you are, we're not saying it's
no,
a bad
but
thing.
you eat shit, you feel like shit. Like, how many times do you eat shit and then you sit there going, "Oh my god, why did I do
"Why
that?"
did I eat this? I regret
Right?
eating this," like
Yeah, you
and
get the meat sweats, you get bloated, you feel sluggish,
the
like,
meat sweats.
I'm
But,
back
like,
the meat sweats.
sweats are the worst, but, like, that's a lot of what sugar does to your body,
Yeah,
and I know there's gonna be people listening being like, "Oh, shut up, that's not true." It is. As someone who kicked sugar for over
yeah,
3 years, like and didn't get rid of it, but really reduced it,
yeah.
wow, sugar plays such a bigger part in your body than you realize, and there's a reason why sure, there's somebody listening today who's like, "Well, I can eat sugar and I feel fine after I can eat 25 grams of sugar from a candy and feel fine."
Well,
It really
aren't you special?
it doesn't happen overnight, guys. Like, it
No,
slowly adds up,
no.
and that's why I say pneumonia was in January, my road trip was in June, and I'm paying the price for the decisions I made then, right?
Yeah,
Like, I really started going off the rails, not watching sugar. The road trip, we had chocolate bars and stuff because 'cause we're on the road,
right.
and I realized, like, okay, sugar's really it plays a part in your hormones, your brain
Yeah,
function, like, there's a reason they say 10 grams of sugar or less per serving, and
yeah.
I encourage you out of everything, whether it's calories, fat, sugar, to watch the sugar.
Sugar.
The sugar has just
It
made life
impacts so
hard.
much.
Yeah,
It
it's
impacts
hard.
so many things. It's hard to kick once you bring it back in. It's one of I would say it's one of the hardest things
It is.
to kick out because it
This is a
is
struggle for me.
whether people agree with this or not, it's addictive. Sugar's addictive. I'm sorry, it's addictive. And you feed off of it and you crash when you don't have it and you
Yes,
feel like crap and you possibly get the headaches and it's
mm,
just not a fun one
and
to
I had
kick out.
horrible blood sugar regulation issues, and,
Yeah, your body panics.
yeah,
So
but it
we're not
tries
saying
to
cut it out altogether, but
no.
most of us are ingesting far more sugar than we need to be. And
Yes.
it impacts, yeah, it impacts your hormones, it impacts your skin, it impacts your blood sugar, it just impacts everything, the ups and the downs and the
Yep,
crashes and the addiction yeah.
yep.
I still eat sugar for
Oh, I do,
sure,
but I aim
but
for
I
10
am
grams or
careful.
less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pay far more attention to the sugar than I used to.
Yeah, I had a friend reach out who said, "Hey, my cousins or so and so, they're doing, the Rio Thompson fundraiser." So for those who don't know,
Yep.
Rio Thompson makes that, like, mint smoothie bar that's, like, at Christmas, you usually everybody gets it. It's like a
Yep.
brick. It's cute. It's delicious. It's, I don't know, the size of, like, 2 large truffles shoved together, and she was
Yeah.
like, "Would you be able to eat this?" And for a minute, I'm not even kidding, for a minute, I was like, you know what? Just
Damn
have
straight I can.
just have one." And I but the better voice in me said, "Well, just look up the macros first before you say sure,
Hmm.
put me down for one, because who knows?" So I said, "I'm gonna look it up." I said, You know what? It's probably not gonna work for me, but
Yeah.
I'll look it up." So I looked it up, and sure enough, it's got 25 grams of sugar per square, and I went, "Oh, no, no,
No.
absolutely not." If it
No.
was maybe 15, maybe I would justify
Maybe.
it, but then
Yeah.
also it's
As a treat.
I don't
Yeah.
need this, though.
25
So
is a lot.
it's a lot. So I said, "Oh, you know what? No, I don't want it in the house for that exact
Mhm.
reason." because just because I can eat it doesn't mean I should be eating it. If I
Yeah.
really want candy or chocolate over the holidays, there are other options. There
Yeah.
are those, the grocery store near me sells the low sugar peanut butter cup things that I
Yeah, those are so good.
like. They all have different flavors and stuff. So there's
Yep,
that. There's other
those are good.
things you could buy. And then it goes back to what we said. If I have other options and I don't want those other options, then was I really hungry, right? What's the
Right.
saying? Are you hungry? Then go have an apple. If you don't
We
want
do
an
the apple
are
test
you
in
hungry?
our house. Yeah.
Yep.
That's our go-to here is if the girls have eaten and, like, we've had dinner or whatever and they're hungry,
Mhm.
then we always do the apple test, and I'll say to them, "Then go have an apple," and they're like, "Oh, I don't want an apple." Like, "Well,
Don't do
then you're probably not hungry." I said,
exactly.
"Go drink some water." And I'll often say to them now too, "Are you bored right now?" I said, "Aside from being hungry," I said, "Are you bored?" "Yeah."
Yep.
I said, "Okay, then that's probably also you're not hungry."
No.
And so we always do the apple and the board test first.
Yep. Because
Oh, yeah.
I'm a nesting eater. So when I
Yep.
play video games, I used to I'd sit down to play video games for hours and I'd have
Yep.
like dinner and snacks and like I'd
Yeah.
surround myself with food because I'd be
Yep.
playing for hours. So I'm catching that habit as well where I'm like, oh, I associate video games with snacking,
With food. Yep.
and trying to stop it. So, okay, one thing we did this week that we want to talk about is we tried the viral recipe, the
I
cottage
forgot about this.
pizza recipe, which it was a thing. So for
It was a thing.
those who haven't seen it, it's that recipe where she mixes cottage cheese with a little bit of flour and oregano, puts it in her air fryer, takes it out, puts mozzarella, pizza sauce, and pepperoni on it, bakes it again, and then it looks like a puffed up, personal sized pizza.
Yep.
That it's that simple. So Steph and I set out to make the recipe. The recipe is cottage cheese, flour, baking powder, oregano, salt, pepper,
Yep.
and don't blend it. So this was a contentious point for me. You
Yep.
don't blend it, and I was like, okay. You just fold it all together, put it on parchment, put it in the air fryer. I can't remember how long it was to
And it
cook,
goes like
'It-
350 for like 8 minutes or
which
something.
was completely wrong.
Total
Um,
bullshit.
Total horseshit. So we cook that, you take it out, you put pizza sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni. I didn't have
Whatever toppings. Yeah.
so I
Whatever
just
toppings you want. We just did
yeah,
cheese too.
pop it back in and pull it out. Does it poof up? Yes, absolutely.
Did it
Hun
look fantastic? Yes.
Absolutely. This was like
Looked so good. I keep forgetting to post I'll make my reel about it. I keep forgetting. It looked phenomenal. I was
looked
so excited.
it was, I would dare say, the pinnacle of what an Instagram food dish should look like.
Yeah.
It was the traditional, "Whoa, looks so good." And that should have been indication number 1 that this probably wasn't the best.
No.
So we made it, and Steph made it first, and then I made it after. Um, it was rough, guys. It was
Yeah.
rough.
I had to make 2 versions,
Yep,
because the first one I mixed it together like it said, I put it on the parchment, I put it in the air fryer, I followed the instructions exactly, pulled it out to put the toppings on, it looked phenomenal. Looked fantastic, was brown, looked crispy, looked great. Put my toppings on, popped her back in the air fryer, brought it out, like you said, I was so excited, it looked so phenomenal.
yep,
Went to take it out of the air fryer, like, not happening. It was so soggy on the bottom and
yes.
inside, like, that shit fell apart so fast. I lifted the parchment out of the air fryer, could barely get it off the parchment, cut it, went to, like, pick a piece up, it was not happening.
No,
So, I popped that sucker back in the air fryer, like, 3 more times, and it still wouldn't really
wouldn't
get
work.
where it needed to get. It got enough that, like, my oldest, like, Haley ate it and really liked it, which shocked me, but at least it didn't go to waste. So then I said, "Okay, I'm gonna make another one, and I'm gonna do the initial part for higher temperature and longer." And
Yes.
it was better, um, and I put the toppings on, whatever, but it just I don't know. The the crust, I don't even wanna call it a crust. The base was just very, like, eggy in texture and
Yes.
squishy. It
Ugh,
didn't have a pizza crust texture to it. The
no,
flavor was okay, but by the end of the day, for what it cost to make it and the letdown of it, this is what we're saying, just build your day around real pizza. Have 1 or 2 pieces, however you're eating, if you're bariatric, not whatever it may be, but build your day for the real pizza. Just eat the damn pizza because
damn
between
pizza.
the cost of this one and it just like we said, trying to always find a replacement or a swap out, and then you don't hit that craving or you don't feel that need, then you're just gonna eat something else, and you're just gonna end up overeating or binging because you're not fulfilling that need, whereas sometimes it's better to just give in and say, "Okay, I'm going to have pizza today, but then I'm gonna make sure the rest of my day lines up to fit that into my macros, fit that into my calories, be responsible the rest of the day, and eat the piece of damn pizza and be
Yes.
fine."
Yes,
Yeah,
and I had the exact same friggin' experience
yeah.
where I was like, "Oh, okay, this is not great."
Mm-mm.
I texture's a big thing for me, and I was
Yeah, me
real
too.
about this, so, yeah.
Yeah. It was like
Uh,
I don't even know how to like spongy, would you say, like eggy sponge it was I don't even know how to describe it.
it was okay, so this is my problem with stuff that people put out there. The eggy texture's really driving me nuts. There was no
Yeah.
egg in this though, so, like, I don't understand
No.
it was eggy, but
Right?
the fact that you didn't blend the cottage cheese is what I think made this really terrible because the cottage cheese has nothing to bind together. Cottage cheese is gonna continue to be curds, that's what it is. It is
Yeah.
curds and whey, like, "Hello, Little Miss Muffet." So, it continued to stay curds and whey with some flour thrown in and some baking powder. So it had a weird texture and taste. I don't think it was enough time to cook the flour either, so I had a little bit of an issue with that too. I would personally blend that for 2
Yeah.
seconds going forward, see if it makes a difference, but then also, it just wasn't good. Like, it looked good, but
Yeah.
it wasn't good. That does not satisfy the need for a pizza, that does not satisfy
No.
an itch. I kept saying to Steph, I would rather just make an English muffin pizza or a non-bread pizza or just some
Yep.
other little tiny pizza or sweet Jesus, just have a pizza. Like, just
Right.
go flat
I'd
bread.
rather just have my family order pizza and me eat a piece of that
Yes,
than go through the
yes,
trouble of making this because it's not I'm still gonna
yes!
sit there mad that I'm eating this, trying to tell
Yes!
myself it's as good as pizza when I see them eating pizza, and then you know what I'm probably gonna end up doing? I'm gonna end up having a piece of the real pizza anyway, on top
Yes,
of the shit that I made, so I might as well have just had the
100%.
pizza.
I might as well have just had it and
Yeah,
had it in moderation, and so
right.
this I know we're going over this week a little bit, but this was my big argument to you was, do we feel that potentially this is causing more harm than
Yes.
good?
Yes.
Because I wonder if, like, what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna be very disappointed with this
Yep.
to the point where you're like, "Okay, well, now I'm gonna go get a whole pizza," or, "Now
Totally.
I'm gonna, do ba," and the other thing is,
Yeah.
like, these are not that healthy, like, they're not bad, but they're not, like,
If the macros were insane on it, I would suck it up and eat it and have it because it wasn't for me at least. I didn't think it was gross. I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't think it was great and it didn't fill the pizza void for me. But if the macros were phenomenal and I had that stuff lying
Mm,
around anyway, sure I'd
mhm,
probably make it as an option once in a while.
mhm, but
But
it's
it
not.
wasn't. No.
So then my kinda concern was, are people going to we tend to binge eat, we're obese, we do
Yeah.
that, it's what we
Yeah.
do. People going to be like, "Well, this is better for me than pizza, so I can eat this every single day of the week."
Mhm.
And that's
Mhm.
where I'm like, "Oh, no. Is
Totally.
this doing way more harm than
Yep.
good?"
Yeah. It's also for me, these are usually more expensive than
Mhm,
other alternatives out there. So that adds up. Then you're spending money on something that you don't even like and
mm,
that tastes like shit. Then half the time you're not going to make it again. You're going to waste what you spent all that money on. And for me, it's also the stress of trying to figure out an alternative, trying to make something work that's going to fill that void, um, and going through all of that hassle, which
yep,
to me makes it a chore, which then takes the fun out of it, but also makes it something that I'm less likely to stick with because then it's stressing me out, it's become a chore, and it sets me back into that whole diet mindset. And it's
yes,
that whole mindset of, well, you have to have this because you can't have that. And if you tell
exactly.
somebody like us that you can't have something,
We
you
tend
better bet your ass we're going to go out and have it
too hard.
times 5,
Yeah,
right?
and so
Yeah.
that's my concern is, like, they're making you I don't know, I think that they're also a slippery slope where it's like, I think it would be better if you just indulged that need to have something
Yep.
better to just be like, "Okay, I'm going to, just have a slice of pizza, and I'm gonna know in my mind that this is a treat, that I
Yep.
don't want to overdo it and do it a lot, and I'm gonna just scratch that itch because you're trying to
Yep.
fill it with a bunch of stuff where you're gonna be like, "Oh, cool, I'm gonna just have the cottage cheese thing every single day." No, it would have been better for you just to have the slice of pizza,
Yeah.
be done with it, and move on. Because
Yep.
I will say that is at least the one nice thing that I've noticed is it is really easy for me to go, I'm done. I had what I needed to have, and I'm
Yep.
good. If I'm
Move
craving a
on.
cinnamon roll, I can go have a cinnamon roll and then
Yep.
not need one for a month and be like,
That's just it, right? When I was at Tim Hortons with the
"Good."
girls, I hadn't had a donut in I couldn't tell you how long. And all I wanted in that moment was the Boston cream donut.
Yes.
And if I wouldn't have had it, and I would have got them their treat, watched them eat it, I would have
Mm,
driven home, thought about the donut the whole way home, and then all day, I would have still had that need to fill that donut want, and then I would have had Halloween candy, and then I would have had a couple chips, and then I would have had this because nothing would have hit the
ding,
spot that the
ding.
donut would have hit. And instead of the 220 calories from the donut, I would have had 500 calories of shit that I was picking on throughout the day.
Exact
So have the donut, and like you said, have I wanted a donut since then? No. I had my donut, I'm cool. Maybe in a month from now, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you know what? Remember when I had that donut?
Yeah.
But
Maybe
okay,
but
then have
then
a
what we'll
donut."
do is we'll go to Fluffy Glaze.
Fluffy, right,
Yeah,
right.
we'll get one of those donuts that are 100
Yeah.
calories, and we'll go, "Cool." So, yeah, there's a part of me that just kinda wants to scream a little bit like, I don't know if these are helping. I think they might just be fueling your desire to have pizza, um,
Mhm.
in a way that maybe isn't helping you because it's never gonna scratch an itch. It's never
No.
gonna make you go, "Yeah, this
And
was
it comes yeah,
awesome."
and it comes back to, like, everything in moderation, that this is not just bariatric wise, but trying to be healthier or lose weight or make better choices. It comes down to all things in moderation and working in things into a healthy lifestyle. I've said from the beginning, having this surgery, I don't want this to be a diet. I don't want it to be something that I have to work my life around. I want to work it into my life. And I want it to teach me how to make better choices. I want it to teach me to be more cognizant of what I'm putting in my body. I want it to teach me how to make more sustainable choices and have a healthier lifestyle overall. I don't want it to be something that is a negative, and I don't want it to be something that holds me back. So if
Yeah,
I'm going to have a donut once a month, screw it. I'm going to have a donut once a month. But like I said, I'm going to track it. I'm going to work it into my day. I'm going to work it into my macros and my calories. And if that means I can't have something else that day, then that's the trade off. But I'm not going to sit there and tell myself, you had bariatric surgery, you can never eat a donut. I'm not going to do it. And there's people out there who will, and that's cool if that works for you. But that's not going to work for me for being successful long term. Sure, there's going to be things I swap out and there's going to be things that
yeah,
I find alternatives for, but to tell myself I can never have this or you can't ever do that,
not healthy,
not no, not gonna work for me.
sustainable, not
No,
sustainable.
no.
Um,
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
live your life.
you gotta yeah. So, um, yeah. Uh
I'm not gonna beat myself up over a donut.
I'm not either, and I think that's the thing, right, is the recipes on the internet, unfortunately, guys, are probably gonna mostly be junk, but we're gonna continue to test them and give you our
Yeah, there
honest
are some that are great. Like
and
I'm sorry, the cottage cheese bowl, pizza bowl has become a staple in my life, and it is something that I never thought would be good, that I never thought I would like, and it is a regular on my in my house. So there are some out there that are good, but there's some out there that right away you can tell this is crap. And then there's some like the pizza one that you have to test it out and realize it's not great. The majority of them are not. We'll be honest. Like Hannah said, the majority of them suck. But there are some winners out there. You just got to find them.
yeah, and so you guys got this. Thank you, like always, for joining us and letting us ramble a little longer than usual this
Mhm.
week. We're going to test another recipe, so we'll have another update for you by December 1st. We'll let you know what recipe we pick. But good luck as the holidays come up. We're going to be
Yep.
here with you guys to navigate the holidays. We're going to be here in December to talk to you about how we're doing with the holidays and holiday shopping and holiday planning. And you've got this. And, just be kind to yourself, give yourself grace. We all fall off the wagon. It happened to me. Um, and you can absolutely pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and you can get back on track. It is not impossible.
Yes. Nope.
Um, and it's not something to be scary about because we're all going to go through it. It's kind of like menopause for women. You can't
Ugh.
read. avoid it, guys. There's going to be a time where you fall off the wagon. But we're
Mhm.
all here to help you get back on, and there's no judgment because we're
Totally.
all going to go through it probably multiple times in our life. Shit
Yep.
happens. But
Yep.
we've got, and we're going to help you get back. And that's why, if you listen to our old podcast episodes, that's why we are maybe a little anal on the calorie counting and the weighing yourself and the checking in. And I'm grateful that I have Steph because she is my sounding board that I can check in every week. Just check in and vent and talk and ask. And so find yourself that sounding board, guys. That one
Yeah.
who's not going to fluff you up, but who's going
Who's
to
gonna be real.
be real but kind, and who's going to
Yeah.
kind of help you figure stuff out. And who's going to be the one to say, hey, maybe we've been eating a
Rain
little too
Yeah.
much junk lately. Do you think?
Yeah.
And you're not gonna
Yeah.
get mad and you're gonna go, "Okay, thank you," because sometimes you
Yeah.
just don't realize it.
It's the accountability. Find somebody who will keep you accountable in a
Mhm.
positive way, but will also challenge you, right? And make you sit back and review. You need a bounce of both. You need somebody who's going to support you and who's going to help you and hold your hand and say you got this, but then you also need somebody who's going to make you step back and think about your
Yes.
choices and what you're doing and reflect and be that devil's advocate for you. So, yeah, we're super lucky that we have each other. So, find that person. It's super important to have, but like Hannah said, we will be with you. We'll be struggling through the holidays too, I'm sure. The temptation will be real,
Hey, it's
but
always there,
you
but we
just
got this.
yeah, prepare, step back, remember your why, and take
Yeah,
it one day at a time.
you've got this, guys. Thank you, like always, for joining us, and Steph, just thank you for being on the podcast with me.
You too. Love it.
Have a good
Thanks,
November.
guys.
See you in December.
Bye.